are not familiar with us, we're Laurea Entrepreneurship Society. We're a student-led organization which is aiming to promote entrepreneurship, self-development, innovation, everything that you want to improve upon, networking in Helsinki region and beyond. We've been having a lot of participants from Sweden, other places. And yeah, anyone can join really. There is a misconception that it's only for business students, but it really isn't. And our wonderful community manager, Dori, has recently launched this whole concept of LaureaES Lounge. It's a community group on LinkedIn. Again, anyone can join if you're interested in above mentioned topics. And we have many different concepts there. One of them is Coffee Talk, which is a very casual 20-minute conversation during lunch with a guest speaker who can be either a community member, an outside mentor, any speaker person, business person, doesn't really matter as long as you support our vision and you would like to share your experience. So Henry, I welcome you again. Henry is a founder of free.fi and
I'm a founder.
You're not the founder. Okay.
Yes.
He's famous for being part of free.fi and he's a very, very successful, in my opinion, entrepreneur to his age, at the age of 24, I believe.
Yes.
You are operating within 6 different companies.
Yes.
And you started your first business when you were 19. Am I correct?
Yes, you're totally correct. And yeah, free.fi is one of many of companies where I'm part of, and I'm there. I'm not the founder. I came into this company in 2019 because we sold our startup.
Mm-hmm.
That is the story how I ended up in the free.fi community because of that kind of arrangement. And well, I've been entrepreneur basically my whole life. My mother is an entrepreneur, so I've lived the entrepreneurship lifestyle always. I know what it is, and I've been living like this companies where I'm part of, and I'm there. I'm not the founder. I came into this company in 2019 because we sold our startup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is the story how I ended up in the free.fi community because of that kind of arrangement. And why did I hear my voice again somewhere?
You might have LinkedIn open because the live link to YouTube is there as well.
Yeah, now I didn't see it because I moved everything else than this. Okay.
For all the participants, this is our first time doing the coffee talk the proper way through the YouTube live. So sorry if there are any inconveniences. We're still trying it out.
Yeah, so I apologize that I was just listening. That is very familiar voice. Where do I hear that? Yeah, so basically, and I can continue. I found my own real business at the age of 19, even though I've been made business in different forms since I was 13. Mm-hmm. So I have very long background, even though I'm very young. And nowadays I'm in at many businesses, from the leisure to the technology to the gaming, and it's quite big variation where I'm into. And it's just I have great teams everywhere. I have I don't even own my majority in most companies anymore. I'm just in many companies, and I just want to be part of many journeys. I have great teams there, and found great people around me and stuff like that. But I'm that kind of an entrepreneur.
That's amazing. If I'm being really honest, to many people, if they really listen to your story, you could become the example of what entrepreneurship is for students, especially. From your previous webinar, I remember that you mentioned it's really important for students to start engaging in these activities while they're students. It's not just easier, but there are also more opportunities and a lot of help there. And it's just good to start early. Tell me, how did you end up as in your first company at the age of 19? Most of the kids, they only think about going to university, and you were like 10 steps ahead.
Well, at the 2019, 2017, I was just studied 1 year at the Karelia UAS, and then I think, should I look for a summer job? I've basically never been in a summer job earlier, or should I do what I can do the best to be entrepreneur? Then I found two amazing companions, and we get together and we had the idea to found the best summer cafeteria in Joensuu region at the eastern Finland. And it started from there. We found out from the internet that there was one old cafeteria at selling. They were selling their estate. We thought that, okay, we should buy this, and found our own business, our own brand in that location near the riverside. And it was just, I don't know, dedication, and wanted to do something for yourself, not for the others. And it started from there. And when I started my first real business, it was like waterfall. Then new businesses started to come and go, because when I meet people as an entrepreneur, they very often ask me, do I want to join in that company? Do I want to join in that company? It is like, snowball effect. And yeah, in a few years, I'm part of 6 companies, and I've only found one company. Other companies, people have asked me to join. Do I want to be part of that company? So yeah.
Which one will that be? Which company will you be the founder?
It was the first.
The very first one.
The very first one. Yes.
All right.
Like I told you, I have found only one company by myself, where I've been from this day one with the team. So yeah, that how it goes as a modern world. You don't have to be new Einstein or super good founding out new business ideas. You just have to be active. You just have some kind of track record, and people ask you, and you find good people who you enjoy to do work with. It's just, yeah. I don't know anything else how to do a job than with the great people. We share the knowledge, we share the vision, we go there together. It's very simple. But yeah,
it is very simple.
That is like my entrepreneur path, and yeah.
All right. Well, you obviously had a really good start, and you ended up with a lot of great people that helped you join different companies.
Yes, that is why I'm here today, because
exactly
the opportunity to find new great people, and you have to be open-minded. That's the very reason why I attend most of the events. I get the invite, or not even invited. I see that's good even to meet people, because without meeting the people, great ideas cannot come. I cannot recommend people any other than doing freelancing to do it by yourself. If you want to find a company and you want to bring that company at some point, you can't. It's very hard to do it alone. You have to do it with a great team, with the right people around you.
That's very true.
So that is why I like to attend events. I never know who I might meet.
Yeah, and I think it's really great point, because nowadays, during this pandemic, it's very hard to connect with people if you're extrovert, for example. You're just stuck home and you are behind your screen all the time. There is no human connection on the same level. You cannot go to some after party after the conference, get to know local CEOs, and just drink, have fun, and discuss some business stuff. It's not that possible anymore, at least not in every part of the world. So you have to come up with creative ways, even when it comes to communication. And you kind of nailed that from the very start, the creative approach to getting employed or finding the employment. And I think this is really, really inspiring, because to me, Helsinki, Finland, it's a huge entrepreneurship hub. There are a lot of startups, there are a lot of people that start their own things all the time. It's not just possible, it's quite easy. Anyone can really do it if you put your mind to it, and you have 1 or 2 really good people working with you, and you do it from the very beginning. What will be your advice to people who are kind of stuck? They don't have people that would contribute to the team so much. Maybe they're alone. What will be your advice in that sense?
Well, I want to always start with why. And the why point here is that the most of the open job positions, they are not in public, at least in startups or small companies. 90% of the new job openings never see, the public listing spaces like Monster or Duunitori or employment offices pages. They never get there. Only way to find that job is through networking. And
That's
that's why I want to point that out, because the most of the new job openings in Finland, they come only in small or medium businesses. For big companies, there is no new job openings. There's ongoing hiring because people come and go, but they don't, employ more. They have like 550 employers, and it's the number. Of course, it leaves.
yeah.
People come and go. But the new jobs, the very new job openings, they come only small and medium businesses in Finland. If you look at the statistic, and what is the best place to find those kind of companies, small and medium businesses, it's just networking, because the founders like me and many others, they are at the events because they are the best places to sell their product, service, whatsoever, because they have no money to invest in big screens in television or anywhere. So that is why networking is important, because it come and go. You meet people and you never know where it end up. And that is the why. And then I know this Corona pandemic, it has been hard. For example, before the Corona, I attended 2 or 3 events at every week. And past year, I've attended in 6 events. The same score I had 1 year back, what I will do in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Because there has been no any events to attend in, or no good formats. So I understand that problem very well. But as a human being, we are very adaptive, and now companies and the societies have found out how to communicate even though there's a crisis. They find creative ways to to replicate the live meetings like this way. So I think when the time goes, we find even more and more better solutions to do these kind of things.
Definitely. I think digital solutions are going to stay. They're going to be implemented even more than before. I think every business will be kind of forced to be at least partially digital, which is good because it enables this kind of communication. I mean, look at the companies that are, they have physical products, and they have to communicate with people from other parts of the world. If they have suppliers from different countries, it's impossible for them to arrange meetings and just book a flight anymore. But they have digital solutions that enables this kind of communication, and it makes it easier, efficient. It's not face-to-face as we're used to. It's maybe not as social as you would like to, but it's efficient in a whole different way. And about networking, you're very right. I would say as a job seeker, it's not the best thing. Most of the job seekers think that networking is the key to finding a job, but it's also a big roadblock for them because networking is hard at times, and not everyone knows certain communities or events to go to. It's an obstacle for some people. Even my job that I got partially was thanks to networking, for which I'm very lucky for. And that's a thing that a lot of people don't know yet. And unfortunately, we're not taught that in schools either. You kind of have to figure it out on your own.
Yeah. And I mean, networking is like making any kind of human connections. It's same in every relationship. If you find out a nice girl and you want to go talk with her, it is the same way. You have to network with her. You have to make the connection. We are human beings. We work in the same way, even though the subject is different. Are you looking for talk to a nice girl, or are you looking to talk to a nice girl, or are you looking for a job, or are you looking for new clients for your business? It's the same way. You build relationships. That is the key there. And you have to be yourself. I don't know what is the best way to express about yourself, but if you want to network, you have to be, real. And what I do at at LinkedIn, for example, if I send somebody connect request, I always tell who I am and why do I want to connect with the person I want to connect.
Yeah.
And if I think that I should have a discussion with this person, I will ask, do you have time, because I want to get know with you. Most of people want to get good discussion, want to discuss, want to share ideas. So there's no fear of that. Of course, not everybody, but most of what I've learned. They want, if you just honestly ask, I want to discuss with you.
Yeah.
Don't put any, agenda that I try to sell it for you. Okay, Roman, I want to book meeting with you because I want to sell you this amazing pen.
I will not book it.
I want to know who Roman Pikalenko is.
Yeah.
Why he is doing what he is doing. There's a story behind. I want to hear that. It's the more, natural way to create the network. And that's just going, okay, Roman, buy this pen. For example.
Well, actually,
because network is your net worth. And I've learned that. And it really is. No matter, do you need business? Do you find out new business where you sell something, or are you finding for a job? Those comes through your network at first. The jobs and the clients, whatever, they come. The first, things, they come through your network always.
I totally agree. I think also the connection requests with the premise that you want to get to know the other person is a really great idea. And actually, now that you mentioned it, I had a lot of connection requests in the past few months due to a lot of networking, actually. And there was one person who texted me, and I actually never met this person. I was not really sure where he's from, but he texted me and he asked if we can have a 30-minute call. And we actually got to know each other, and it was really interesting. It was really refreshing. First of all, I'm always home. I'm always seeing the same faces. No offense to them, but it's really great to talk to a new person. I used to meet dozens of people every month, different people, new people, and now it's harder. So I think a lot of people would really benefit from just making the simple connections.
Yeah, it is. And you can also be active. If you gain at LinkedIn somebody contact request you can also, accept that contact request and start the conversation. I know it is hard. I do have a barricade, even though I've connected with over 2,000 people at LinkedIn and had a discussion, most of them. So it is even hard to me to start the conversation, but in 90% cases, it always ends up with a good discussion.
Yeah.
It's totally the same. If you see a nice person at somewhere at the event, in whatever the situation is, you have to encourage yourself and go to talk with him or her or whatever.
Henry, we have 1 minute left.
Yeah.
So I don't want to cut it too short, but we have 1 minute left. And our topic for today that I forgot to mention is self-development journey. And I would like to ask you this one question. What would you think, or what would you want our listeners to live with? One thing that they should know that will help for their self-development journey?
Get to know with people. Get to know with people, because we give each other opportunities in many ways. And I'm so happy that you all came into this event. Whatever you're watching it live or from a recording, you guys have the interest, and that is really good. You just now have to, for example, now tap contact in LinkedIn, me and Roman. It's a good start. And then if you want to get to know even better with us, just send us, hey Henry or hi Roman, I want to talk more about you and get to know with you. It's a good start. So there you can start developing a good habit to growing your network.
Very true.
Because at network, you cannot only ask that you always receive something. You also have to give. It goes to both ways, giving and receiving.
Right. Thank you very much, Henry.
Thank you.
Dori, do we have anything else, or are we cutting. Cut. All right. Thank you everyone for attending, and that was great to have you, Henry. Thank you for being the guest. I hope you're gonna attend even more of our events. And yes, that's the lesson to everyone. Connect with people, make human connections as much as you can, get to know them most of all, and you'll find a lot of benefits from it. Thank you, and till the next time.